Hello.
Hello.
Oh, God.
That sounded like a witch.
Great.
So we're going to do a little talky video just about our track that came out called Wanna Be Happy.
Yeah, that came out November 28th, and so far it's been received pretty damn well from all of you. So long may that continue.
Thank you.
But here we go. Yeah, what do we want to talk about first?
So we haven't got notes, honestly.
We honestly
we haven't got notes. There's no notes. So how did this song come about? We were actually working on a different tune, and in the background when we did start working together on my solo stuff, obviously Marcus Fuji Hideout is a respected artist as well, and we decided, well, the idea was floating around about doing a duet, because why not?
That was always on the cards from when we first started
always
working
on the cards.
Because I mean, she's got an amazing voice. You know, I think we kind of both thought like we'd work well together on a song. And you know, seeing as I'm producing for her already, it was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Let's do that. You know, so yeah,
we're both doing it. We're both doing
exactly.
All right.
We're both doing all right. We're both doing all right, aren't we?
We're both doing all right.
Yeah.
So we were working on a different track, and you just, I don't know, you started playing this little thing on the piano trying to find a sound, which was, if we can find it,
if I can play it, was this.
and that was it.
So that was that.
That was the song, the start of the song.
Yeah.
We looked at each other, and you went, shall I open a new project?
Because that was, I literally cannot remember what the other song was. I think it was a song that was completely different, and I was just playing around the piano.
Yeah.
Like, those weren't even the chords for the other song at all.
No.
I think I just kind of ended up messing about trying to find a good sound, and then when I played those chords, it was like...
I think that melody suited the effect you had as well.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right.
That was one you went into one of your little zones.
Yeah, defo. It was definitely a little bit like that.
So that's how it started. And then going on to the subject of Wanna Be Happy, maybe if I word it in this way, we knew somebody?
Yeah, individually speaking, we knew.
We knew...
Not someone, like we knew individuals that we both had like a similar experience, a similar-ish experience, where it was like sacrifices had to be made within a relationship with this other person, and it was like, okay, what's the best thing here? And then as it turned out, that best thing was kind of like hurting each other, but it would be better in the long term type thing.
But it was this person that said this to me, said, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling it, and as lovely as this person was as a friend, it was difficult because they didn't want to lose that friendship, but they decided to end it because it wasn't right for them. And I respected that highly, because that person needs to know that the person that they're with isn't 100% happy, sees them more as a friend than as a partner. And you're not then stealing that time of theirs where they need to, if they want to be in a relationship, which I'm clearly they do if they were in that relationship, you are there's someone out there that's right for them. And if you're having doubts, it's best to end it with whatever heartache, because in the long run both parties are going to be happy, because they've got the time and they've got an open door to find the right person. So I respected that, because I mean, I won't go too deep into things, but I would, in the past, I've been in situations in the past where people have said to me, oh, I've been feeling this way for a while, and like there's been like, even with friendships, there's been like, I don't know, I've been feeling this way for a while and it's just not working, or something like that, for a while. And I'm like, see, you've only just told me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've started
Exactly.
this life with I've started this life, and
it's not fair on you being in that position if the other person's kind of like longed it out that that much, feeling that way, and they've not communicated that with you.
Yeah. And how often does this happen?
Way too often.
And probably a major part of it is fear of the heartbreak side of it. So I thought, what a cool song to understand both sides as well.
Yes, definitely. Like the male-female perspective.
The male and female, like the verse, because I think I wrote the first verse. And then you had to kind of like vibe off of that. But what you wrote back as like a male version.
It was absolutely
perfect.
What I was feeling in my situation.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
was.
mean? It was. And it was just like, I'll say this as well, just in case you ever have a situation. If you feel like there's a potential for a relationship that feels almost fairy tale like, and you feel like you just want to rush into it, don't do that. All right? Whatever you do, if the relationship feels almost too good to be true, or it feels like it's written in the stars, please take it slow. Because I made the mistake of rushing into something, not properly thinking it through, not vibing it out for long enough beforehand, because it was, in my context, it was like I hadn't seen this girl in years, and we'd low-key kind of grown up together in school and things like that. And I just kind of rushed into it when we reconnected and didn't really give it a second thought. And what I soon realised after literally only about a month of being in a relationship with her was I saw her more as a friend than I did as a romantic partner, which is peak. It's pretty bad on my part, and from the other perspective, it makes me look terrible. So I completely get why in the end I'm not currently speaking to her. She's kind of cut me off.
I didn't know that Marcus was going to say that. So I was trying to be careful.
I'm not going to be careful. If I'm being honest with you, I'm just going to give you the full fucking perspective on it, because I think that's what...
So growing up, obviously we were working together and he was explaining this to me. And I was like, wow, that is such a brave thing. Like, you were feeling shit about it.
Oh God, I was in the dumps.
And he was in the dumps. And I was like, that, you don't realise how brave you are for doing that. And also that person can now go and find their person. Yes, they're going to be sad. Yes, they're going to be upset. But you haven't got to that point in a relationship where you've got a house, kids, dogs, all these commitments. You've felt that there's doubts, it's not right, ended it. And I have big respect for you, and I was like, we're writing a song about this. So that was
a story of that.
That's a story of that. Well, I was
You were trying to keep it low key.
I was trying to protect you there.
Now, you know what, honestly, if I'm going to talk about where a song comes from, I'm going to give you as much detail as I can, because I think people find that interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
Hopefully you do. I mean,
I hope that girl, woman, out there has found a person that feels exactly the same way about her now, and sees why, the reasoning behind why you left. And I think that could happen more, but I mean, we're blindsided by love quite a lot. It's a very tricky thing. So if it is hard to leave a relationship, again, I understand. And this is what the song's about. In the end, both of you want to be happy, and that's what's important. So it's just something to think about. Both of us wrote it. Technically, you wrote most of it.
I mean,
you most of the track. I wrote my vocals. You wrote your vocals.
A lot of the lyrics were Chess. A lot of lyrics were, and I think actually quite a lot of melodies were you as well. I think maybe the chorus was a slight combo, but it was mostly you, because I think you were listening to, I think Chapel Roan had just kind of come out at that point with was it Good Luck Babe?
Oh yeah.
That was the one that was all the rage. So we had that kind of rhythmic melody idea. We sort of wanted to capture that energy, and so I think in the end we were just kind of both like, yeah, let's just try and do something with that, and so we did. And that's why the chorus sounds the way it does. I mean, we can play the vocal solo if you'd like to hear.
How's that going on to that? The vocal production as well. We obviously that's why I love working with you, because we experiment a lot, and there's some vocals like underneath that are so cool.
Shall I play backing vocals as well?
Yeah. Let's...
Alright, so if I solo out BB's tracks. Right, here we go.
just not fair. I just wanna be happy. Is it open door? I just wanna be happy. Phrase it forevermore. Are you sure you don't want more? I'll wait another minute on the way to war. I just wanna be happy for a love I've not felt before.
So, yeah, that's basically the stack of vocals. You can hear that kind of pulse together. I put a little sort of side chain pumping effect on the backing vocals, and that kind of helps chug the track along a little bit while saying we treat the backing vocals almost like part of the instrumentation. We didn't really want them to be too out there. I think we kind of want everything to feel together.
What was that? You got inspired by with it as like a Fleetwood Mac song?
Yes, it was Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac.
That's the one.
At the end of that song, there's a moment, I think it's like literally on the outro of that song, that you have like vocals that Stevie Nicks and Christine McVie, possibly Lindsey Buckingham, would have recorded like stacks as well. And they literally had panned vocals that were kind of going like, and they were kind of pitching around and stuff like that. So I thought, well, I'll do something similar. I'll do like my own take on it. And so we ended up, it wasn't in the end like a sample, like a single vocal sample. We actually just ended up rhythmically placing harmony stacks of going like, 3, 4, whatever the hell the count was for that. And then like the in-between ones going, and then, yeah, so we stuck those together.
I think the only thing I had was wanna be happy.
Yeah, to be fair, that really completed the chorus.
That did complete the backing vocals as well.
Yeah, because before I think we were going to
we had a different idea.
I think we were just going to stack the line, literally just like I just wanna be, like with just harmony standard, which would have been okay, but I think it just wouldn't have ended up the sort of enchanting way it's ended up being now if we didn't do this.
And it wouldn't have led to my lovely little production credit at the beginning. Like
I'll play it solo.
You was working on some vocals, wasn't you? And there was a perfect gap for it.
Yes, that's correct. So if I play just the intro parts. Oh, hang on a minute. Please play for us. So
perfect. And they're like Maggie Rogers kind of vocals aside of it as well, really vibey.
I think I've actually underestimated how influential the whole Maggie Rogers sound was on this song specifically. I mean, really kind of her first album, Heard It in a Past Life, was a huge production inspiration. It's very subconscious because I've only just realised that now she's brought it up. But I love that production. I think it's I want to say it's Greg Kurstin who produced most of that album, and he's just epic with his pop production. So
that's what I was listening to a lot of as well when we started doing the project stuff. And
Chess's project full stop. I think we had a lot of our influences kind of overlaps. You know, stuff that I appreciated as a producer. You know, I'm really actually quite big into producing female pop songs because I think there's a real sound and an art to doing that. So that's always something I've wanted to be doing, which is why when Chess reached out to me, I was kind of going, yes, I can do the female pop stuff now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I was like, yes, I can actually experiment with vocals.
So, timing wise, it could not have been better. You know, it was just absolutely perfect. So yeah, you hear the Maggie Rogers influence on there. There's a bunch of other stuff we were influenced by. I think I showed you Jessie Ware and you kind of got into her from it. You showed me a couple of things as well. I'm trying to think what the artists were.
Holly Humberstone,
yeah. That's another one.
I mean, Paper Route is my favourite band and the production and stuff, but I don't think it necessarily comes into what we've come up with. It's that crystal clear kind of hearing everything going on.
Yeah, I think that's something you really wanted, was just a purpose for every part.
Yeah.
Including your vocal, space for your vocal. That's really what you were after. So I think that's, as with every song I've worked on with Chess, has been making sure that everything has a purpose and it's not just in there for the sake of it being there, you know, and making sure her voice gets heard because she's got a phenomenal voice. So those are my priorities.
And you doing backing vocals and
as well.
And Tony, because obviously you've got an amazing, one of the best voices I've heard.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I think it's all right. I do a job.
He is offspring of a very, very, very good singer as well.
I have to thank my mum for teaching me everything I know.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I didn't mean to swear.
I've sworn like twice.
Have you? Coming to that as well, like with obviously appreciating all the different things, I really wanted something different, and so obviously every track we've had Ivy playing violin, because it's an instrument that I did actually want to learn, but I knew that Ivy was going to be in my future, so I didn't need to learn it anymore. And you.
Well, yeah,
I knew this was going to all happen, so I didn't feel like I needed to really focus. But yeah, so we discussed it, and when we were writing it, the middle A sort of like drifted off, didn't we? Like, right, I like has to be a short little violin solo in there, and then
drop down moment, yeah.
And then Ivy wrote this, obviously. Just she writes all her parts as well. This beautiful moment, and then I think we said that it's just a short sweet to end though on a high note, harmonising with us both.
Correct. Yeah. If I take out the backing vocals here and lead vocals, and I'll solo the violin. We'll listen to the violin solo, and at the end you'll hear the backing vocal. All the vocals come in to create that stack of the stack of notes.
Just to really appreciate, like.
So yeah, I think also at this point, Ivy she tried a couple of different takes. None of them were quite hitting exactly how he wanted it to. So I ended up giving her a prompt, which was desperation.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? You gave her a word.
I gave her a word to work off of. I think she likes visualising and sort of working off of something that really inspires her and just kind of drives her forward in a melodic and sort of rhythmic decision making, and the phonetics of her playing and all that kind of thing. She's got a really unique style of like voicing notes on the violin and stuff.
It's Ivy.
Immediately it's just her signature kind of playing style. I've never heard anyone play violin quite like her. So for her to get a word that kind of emotionally drives her before a solo is quite a big thing. And for Desperation, I chose it because I think both parties in this situation, coming back to the meaning of the theme of the song, desperate to be happy. The whole song, if there was a moment where it just felt like an emotional outcry of feeling, instrumentally speaking, it had to be this moment. So yeah, take a listen.
I love it.
That's just superb, absolutely superb. And that was literally, I haven't comped that take together at all. It was one take, and it was just the one. We just knew immediately after she played. I was like, yeah, no, that's it. That's the one. No questions asked. So yeah.
I was just one other thing is that your bass line as well, which really makes it.
Oh yeah, that was. I'll give it chronologically actually, because just after I'd done that we spoke earlier about me adding the piano bit, I don't know if we recorded that piano part straight in. We might have done. I'm just trying to remember what exactly came first.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I think
literally
it was.
just the big, like what it actually plays at the beginning is
Literally,
how it
yeah.
started.
I mean, I'll solo this out. So. And then that's a analog. What's it? No, it's not analog. It's Spitfire Labs. Don't know what the preset's called. I won't bother looking. But anyway, I loved it. I just thought there was something really enchanting about that sound, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I think that was literally just me messing
really
about the keys as well, and it just kind of went, yeah, all right, let's start with that, because it worked with the chords that I had in my head after I messed around with the piano sound, and so I thought, yeah, all right, we'll drop that and record. Then I added the drums, which sound a little bit like this. It's in the verse.
The 80s.
Again, yeah, that whole kind of 80s sound, it's a big part of my production, and I think it's something Jess, from the beginning, kind of wanted to lean into, certainly, because I think you kind of low-key grown up on that sound. You had a very kind of eclectic range of older artists.
We won't go to ABBA, but like.
We won't go, well, ABBA, I think.
ABBA's way before that, yeah, ABBA's way before then anyway.
Well, that's true,
it's,
yeah.
I mean, like, Roxette, I suppose, is like a big track that I've always loved the sound of, but I can't even, I've gone blank. The song, but yeah, it's got the whole retro vibe, and I have tried it a few times, but yeah, but obviously you are the right person to because you understand the 80s thing, because it can sound cheesy sometimes. It needs to
Yeah,
be done right.
There's a very tasteful thing when it comes to trying to make a retro sound that I think a lot of producers have got to be very wary of, because I think if you go for that whole kind of typical, I think what it is for me, certainly in specific case of the 80s, is that it's genres like synthwave are derived from it, and so you end up having a lot more synthwave influence than you do a genuine 80s influence on stuff. That's why a lot of stuff, you know, 80s sounding stuff to some people can sound a bit cheesy and a little bit kind of cheap. So I knew when I was kind of making the Fuji Hideout sound and my production style, kind of refining it, that I wanted to be as faithful to the sound as I possibly could, and that just meant engrossing myself with playlists, albums, classic albums from the 80s and of the time. And so yeah, that was what drives, that's still what kind of drives my decision making, is a big influence from that era. So yeah, and I think another big part of the song is the bass line.
Go back to the bass line.
Go back to the bass.
That bass.
The bass. So yeah, this is what it sounds like. I knew I wanted a melodic bass line, so this is what we end up going with. And then if I pair that up with the Labs preset.
And we went, oh yes!
And that was the vibe. So
I think, and that's how I just went,
yes, I think it is, because that had the pulse going through it. You had
Yeah.
the sort of counter rhythms of that synth patch on Labs, and the bass line kind of holding it in place, but still giving more melody. And then you can just kind of, you know, be whimsical over the top with your melody at that break.
I think we were having a conversation. I think it just said, I just want to be happy or something like that. And then I was like,
a dark time for Chess and Fuji Hideout. Just want to be
just,
happy.
just one of those, just one of those moments where we were like, just a bit like you with your words to Ivy. I needed a line.
Yes.
For the chord. I think like with writing solo stuff, I can go away and come up with ideas. Whereas when you have a duet, you really need. I felt like the concept really needed to be right.
It really matters, because if you're not on the same wavelength as each other, you're just going to end up with something that just doesn't sound like a true duet, you know. And I think for me as well, it kind of worked hand in hand with my whole 80s influence was kind of like, I look at duets like George Michael and Aretha Franklin with like I Knew You Were Waiting, and then I look at Michael McDonald and Patti LaBelle on my own. Like those kinds of classic duets, I don't hear them anymore. I don't know why I don't hear them anymore. I want to hear more of them, definitely, but I just thought, well, perfect. You know, we wanted to do a duet. It's got to be, I kind of knew in my mind I wanted it to be A style, so I discussed it with you. You were like, yeah, we've got to do that.
But you've got to agree on the concept.
Yes, absolutely. That's what makes those duets
and
so
the
great.
lyrics as well. And yeah, so it was important we had that conversation.
If you recognise that song, I'll give you an unreleased song. Hang on, I'm going to take this real quick.
Go on.
You right, Dad?
Can we have that in there?
Oh, yeah, we can. Hello. You got to move your car.
Okay, I've got to move my car.
Because he's got to pump off fuel. So, okay, yeah, she can come and do that now. Cool. Alrighty, nice one. Quick interlude coming up. We're back. We are back.
So the last thing that we need to, we're going to talk about is when we thought about the video content as well, and obviously we're from Kent, and we thought, where can we do something cool and who can we use? And obviously you use Josh.
Yep, Josh Green, who's also known as Geordie29211 on Instagram.
To do some awesome shots.
Yep.
And Canterbury is the place for awesome lights and just that night, just life.
Tell us if you know anywhere else in Kent though, in like East Kent, because we would love to know. So far it's just Canterbury. We're just like heavily relying on Canterbury at the moment for its cool architecture and lights. But if you know anywhere else, then let us know.
But yeah, what else is there to say about the videos?
Well, I mean, you know, I think trying to film content when you're doing a duet is something that's totally foreign to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
I just said so many times, be expressive with your hands.
Exactly
Not that
that.
I know you are anyway, but I was like, because it's a duet and it's just trying to make it, I don't know, because we had to think about...
Trying to make it watchable.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's kind of the main thing you've got to worry about. And I think
And the lighting on my face.
Yeah, just everything.
Not that
it's
I'm a
got to be
diva.
good. Because if it's just you doing short form content nowadays, it's like you know what you're doing. Like you yourself know what you're doing. You know what you want to kind of lighting wise and stuff like that. But when there's two of you, there's another whole factor to factor in. That's not just yourself. You know, from both our individual perspective, it's kind of like, oh god, how are we gonna do this then? Because there's two of us singing in this moment. It's like, okay, what do we do? So I think in the end we ended up just finding some cool looking angles, cool looking shots of, you know, good looking light and stuff where we could both stand in, move about.
Which was the Marlowe.
That was mainly outside the Marlowe Theatre, yeah. So that was if anybody spotted that before, we just mentioned it, a good spot.
And we found a guy.
Found a guy. That Dave Lee statue outside the Marlowe on the
that
on
was
the bench.
really happy.
Yeah, very happy.
And we found a mask statue that wasn't very happy.
Yeah, that was just next to it. It looked like you could call up that mask's nose. So I think you tried doing that once or twice.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was up there. I didn't want to know.
I just thought if I tried to lift the side of his mouth, I'd make him happy, but he didn't want to move.
No, statue.
Solid,
Yeah.
solid, unhappy.
That's
statue.
what happens when you're not happy for a while. You just turn to a statue.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing that.
So yeah, if you want to be happy, listen to our track. And I think I don't know if there's anything else you want to know.
Drop us a comment.
Just drop us a comment.
Drop us a comment on these videos, and we'll respond as best we can.
And enjoy it.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy it. And figure out any relationship issues.
Yes. Please make sure you're not rushing into stuff and
think about
what you're doing.
Sometimes also you think that the right thing is, not that I'm a guru or anything, but sometimes you think that the right thing to do is to stay, to not hurt that person.
Then you're doing yourself no favours at all.
No.
That's the unfortunate part about it.
So yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's a lot to think about, but that's the concept behind the song and the message to kind of put it across. Is it, I've got to think, I forgot the lyrics for a second. Is it over and an open door for both parties?
Yeah.
Or is it a friendship that's going to be turn into forevermore? Because not, again, that I'm not a guru, but friendship first, like having a friendship in a relationship that turns into a relationship, I think is so key. If you get on as friends, you're gonna get on amazing, but obviously it's that also figuring out if it's better just as friends or you just see that person as a friend. It's a lot to think about.
Lots of think about.
Relationships are hard.
But it's worth it.
But it is worth it when you get it right.
Yeah.
Right. See you later.
See you.